Good morning, everybody. What is going on? It is almost 6 in the morning. It is 5:53 right now. I woke up early. I'm still fasted. It's been 48 plus hours. I stopped tracking after midnight because it was around 11:30 midnight Monday night that I had my last meal. So it's been about 48-hour plus on my fasting, and I just wanted to do it as a personal experiment just to see how much leaner I would get. And I gotta say, gotten 2 days of fasting, gotten me pretty leaner than what I was before. I'll show a before pic in a bit, but yeah, I'm about to head to the gym now, fasted. It's my pull day today, so I'm just going to be mainly focusing on pull workouts. So I'll take y'all with me. Come on, let's go. Alright, so we're going to be on our way to the gym right now. We got to get over there. Got to beat everybody, because you know, it's always nice being the first and only person in the gym. Yeah. So I wake up pretty early in the morning. I used to wake up at 5 to go to the gym. That was like a year ago. But now I am still trying to go to the gym early, especially before I go to work on days that I have work, you know. And if I don't have work, like today's my day off, I'm also still gonna go to the gym. You know what I mean? I'm going to the gym fasted. You know what I mean? Because they say you need to have some carbs, have a meal, you know, have some energy in before you go to the gym. But to be honest, your body makes its own carbs. I bet you didn't know that, huh? It's called gluconeogenesis. Your body makes its own sugars. Your body regulates its own sugars. So think about it. You got glycogen in your muscles from the last carb meal you had. You have glycogen reserves in your liver, and your body is gonna always go towards your glycogen stores. Your body stores glycogen in places and then utilizes for fuel, especially during strenuous activities like marathon runs, sprinting, or going to the gym to go lift weights. So your body makes its own sugars, you know, which means that is carbohydrates really an essential macronutrient for you? Is it really though? Because your body makes it on its own, you know what I mean? So you really don't need to be ingesting extra carbohydrates. I mean, it is good fuel, it's delicious. It is something that will give you instant energy real quick, but it's also gonna be your downfall as well because of the insulin spikes you get when you consume too much carbs. And mainly, insulin is a good hormone. You do need it. If you don't have it, you'll die. But if you have too much of it, you'll also die. So it's all about being clever and strategic in your approach to weight loss, in your approach to dieting. I shouldn't even say weight loss, you know, because you have bodybuilder guys that are 5% body fat, but they're probably classified on paper as overweight or obese because their BMI is, you know, the same as some obese person. However, they just have more muscle than they do fat. You can't really use BMI, you can't really use weight as a good measurement of how you want to look, how you want to feel your body. Because you could be 200 pounds all muscle, or you could be 200 pounds all fat, 5'5", you know what I mean? So, I mean, just think about it. You need to understand your biochemistry. So a lot of people don't understand their biochemistry. And when people don't understand their own biochemistry, how are you going to make your diet, lifestyle, weight loss journey, whatever it is you call it, work? You know what I mean? Without a proper understanding of how your body works and the chemistry within your body and how that works, you won't have a good understanding of how to go about cutting down fat, losing weight, building muscle, whatever it is that you want for your body. So it's very important to be able to understand the chemistry of your body. But anyways, I'll see y'all at the gym. Alright, what's going on, everybody? I just want to take y'all through my pull day. So I'm here with the pull-up machine. This is the assisted pull-up machine. I'm doing warm-ups with my body weight, and then I'll go into the sets with the assisted feature on this machine. So right here, I'm using the assisted feature. It allows me to work on my form and contractions better. That's why I do it. So here are the lat prayers, or the lat pull downs, or the cable pull downs, whatever you want to call them. I like doing these because it focuses on the stretch of the lats and also the contraction as well. And then I got some face pulls. I like doing face pulls for the rear delts. Really works my rear delts, make them pop. And then lastly, the cable rows, because you know, you gotta get that thickness in the lats. You can't neglect the thickness. You gotta, you know, be comprehensive about your workouts. Doing the other arm on this one. Like I said, gotta be comprehensive. Alright, everybody, that concludes our pull session today at the Power Flex in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Let's get it. Let's go. What's good? So, that concludes it. I didn't spend too much time in the gym, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes max, but that's what it's all about, man. You know what I mean? I'm sure you got other things in your life to do. You know, you got family to take care of, a work to go to, career to get moving at. I don't know, but all I know is that I got other shit to do in my day-to-day life. I'm sure you do too, you know, but look, we all got the same 24 hours in a day, the same 52 weeks in a year, the same 365 days in a year, the same 10 years in a decade, you know what I mean? So, let me tell you this, let me ask you this. You ain't got time to go to the gym. You ain't got time to work on your diet. You ain't got time for shit. What do you got time for? Honestly, tell me that. What do you got time for? If you ain't got time to invest in yourself, what are you doing with your life? You know what I mean? Health is number one. Without your health, you ain't got shit. You can have $1 million in the bank, and if your health is shit, what is that $1 million gonna mean to you at the end? Nothing, because you die, you can't take your money with you. You could only ask to put the money in the grave with you, like Drake. But guess what? You ain't Drake. You ain't probably got no money. You ain't got no bitches. You ain't got no health. You ain't even got the body you want. You know what I mean? So what are you doing with your life right now? Let me ask you that. Answer that question for yourself, because that's gonna be the question you're gonna be asking yourself for the rest of your damn life if you ain't doing shit with your life. Yo, what is good, everybody? Back from the gym, back from my little rant in the car, and now we just chilling in my studio pad. That's what I call it, a studio. Anyways, damn, I need a tan. So, spent maybe 30-40 minutes at the gym, fasted, right? So I also went to the gym, fasted. I started my fast, I'm gonna say 11:30 midnight, Monday night, Tuesday morning, you know, because once it hits midnight, then it's like the next day already. But anyways, so yeah, so I started my 2-day fast, 48-hour plus actually. It's been a little bit over 2 days, because if I would have eaten last night at 11:30, that would have been 48 hours. But I decided not to eat, went to sleep fasted, went to the gym fasted this morning. So, you know, doing everything fasted, because where is your body gonna start stealing energy from? Your fat reserves. Right after all your glycogen depletes, the glycogen in your muscle depletes, the glycogen in your liver depletes, then your body is gonna start targeting your fat, your adipose tissue, your subcutaneous shit to use for energy, because your fat cells actually have more calories, kilojoules of energy per gram of molecule. Your fat cells actually provide more energy per gram That's why you'll hear people say that, you know, if you're on a keto diet or whatever, your body is going to start burning fat for energy, and it's actually the most efficient way to utilize energy from your body, because you get 9 kilocalories, 9 calories, kcals, whatever, of energy for every gram of fat, as opposed to only 4 kcals of every gram of carbs or every gram of protein. So fat cells almost twice the energy amount per gram of such substance. So with that being said, your body actually prefers to utilize fat cells for energy. Now that's number one biochemistry foundation that you'll have to sort of understand, or one of the biochemistry foundations that you have to understand in order to really understand how your body is going to function at its optimal level, at its most efficient peak level possible. And that's what I'm all about, optimizing the human body, because we're here to do so much more than just be lazy sacks of potatoes on the couch or in front of the computer. But anyways, so you get more kcals per gram. So you get more energy per gram out of fat than you do out of protein and carbs. I have this theory that at some point, if at some point your body, everybody's different, right? So at some point your body may be, you know, your body may prefer a certain body fat percentage. So when you dip below a certain body fat percentage, your body might resort to eating protein for energy. But that's like a last resort thing. So that's what I also believe too. That's why I went on this 2+ day fast, is because that some of the research states that fasting will not break down your muscles until you get to a very, very, very low body fat percentage, at which point then your body will need to resort to breaking down protein for energy. But until then, your body should have enough fat to keep you going for, I don't know, you just have to see. You just have to, you know, start starving yourself and see how it is. But, you know, starving is kind of misnomer. You're not really starving yourself, because your body still has a lot of energy storage to utilize. Anyways, so your body always going to resort to using what is most efficient for energy first, and of course that's your glycogen stores. So all the glycogen, which is just polymer chains of glucose bound together, packed inside your muscles, held on by water. That's why it's called carbohydrates. But anyways, yeah, so you got glycogen storages in your muscles, you got glycogen storages in your liver. So once you finish your last meal or whatever, excess calories is gonna go into storage. The other remaining is gonna get burned off just to maintain your bodily functions for energy. And so once your body depletes all of the sugar that's in your blood, all the sugar that's just floating around, all the carbohydrates that's just floating around from your last meal, once all that's depleted, then your body is going to start kicking into glycogen storage modes and eating those for energy. And once those are depleted, which roughly, I don't know, maybe 8 to 16 hours, then your body's going to start utilizing the most efficient thing for energy, which is your fat, which is your adipose tissue, your subcutaneous fat, perhaps your visceral fat, which is the fat inside your organs, around your organs, inside your body, around your organs. So once your body starts depleting all your glycogen stores, there's only one efficient form of energy left, and that is your fat cells. So your body's gonna kick into ketogenesis. It's gonna start burning all them fat cells, developing ketone bodies. You're gonna start getting keto flu, which, you know, a little bit of headache, feeling fatigue, feeling a little bit tired, because of course your body's starvation mode. But your body's just utilizing the energy storage that it has. So starvation mode isn't really until your muscles start breaking down for energy. Anyways, so with all that being said, this 48-hour plus fast that I have just finished, Not really, because I haven't broken my fast yet. And then I'll get into how to break a fast, because it's important to know how to break a fast. If you don't break the fast properly, the entire fast that you have just done is in vain. So the entire fast that you just did is no bueno. Like, you just counteracted it with, breaking the fast in the most improper way possible. So, but first, I'm gonna start saying that after the 48-hour plus fast, I have definitely noticed that I am a lot leaner. I don't know if you guys can notice from my last video, which was a little bit over 2 days ago. So I feel like I'm leaner. I look like I'm leaner. Definitely I can start seeing my stomach is a lot flatter. I had my last meal around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Monday night. And then I just had some dessert, some ice cream, some carb-friendly ice cream. Woke up Tuesday, all day Tuesday, no food, just water, caffeine, pre-workout. And then all day Wednesday, no food, same thing, pre-workout. And then now, going into Thursday, went to sleep fasted the night before, woke up this morning, went to the gym fasted, and now I'm here talking to you guys about the importance of fasting, the importance of lifestyle change, the importance of diet, the importance of exercise, the importance of physical activity, because your body's not getting any younger, man. Time moves linearly forward. It never goes backwards. Nothing you do biologically goes backwards. Everything you do biologically moves forward. So in order for you to maintain long, healthy life, maintain the youth that you've had or that you once had and you're trying to get it back, you just have to fix your diet, work on your physical activity level, work on that. And of course, you gotta keep moving. You always gotta keep moving. You'll hear like older people saying that they always gotta keep moving. They always gotta keep moving, because it's the truth. You always gotta keep moving. Did my 48-hour plus fast. I'm gonna break my fast. And in order to break the fast properly, you want to break the fast with protein, with fats. Don't break your fast with carbs. If you break your fast with carbs, it's going to be bad. And I'll tell you why. Because the only reason why I look like this now in less than 3 months, because the 16th of this month will be exactly 3 months from when I started this whole journey. So the only reason why I was able to get down to where I'm at now so quickly from being a little fluffy is because I did not break my fast with eating carbohydrates. I broke my fast by eating protein and other fats, and it was just strictly that. No carbs whatsoever. I would have a Diet Coke Zero where there's just no sugar, not even sucralose in there. So you have to break your fast properly in order for the fast to work properly. And that's why you have so many people telling you that, oh, you go on a fast? Well, fast doesn't work, because I went on a fast and I just ended up gaining weight, or I ended up just like my metabolism slowed down, yada, 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 yada. Okay, well, it's true. Your metabolism will slow down because your body's going to adapt to eating less calories. But that's not going to happen until like later down the road. You see what I'm saying? Because once your body kicks into ketogenesis and starts burning your fat for energy, it's going to burn your fat for energy because it needs energy from somewhere. It's not going to go to your muscles because that's a last resort thing. It's going to eat up all your glycogen storage first, and then it's going to start burning your fat cells. So the whole fasting idea is just to kick your body into ketogenesis mode as quick as possible. And then bam, once your body's in ketogenesis mode, you're going to start seeing that your stomach's going to get flatter. All the the fatty back of your arm is going to get smaller, the love handle is going to shrink. Like, you're just going to start seeing noticeable differences. Not right away, but pretty quick, and you just got to stick with it because it's all a psychological thing as well as a physical thing and diet thing and pretty much everything, right? So to break a fast properly, you want to eat proteins and fats. You want to stay away from carbs. You could probably have carbs at the end of your protein meal, because what you really want to do, what is really important, is you don't want to initiate a high insulin spike right away. It's that high insulin spike that will ruin your fast. It's that high insulin spike that will cause your body to go into anabolic mode and start storing excess calories for fat. And it's easy to overeat if you're not conscientious, if you're not watching your calories, if you're not being mindful, you will overeat. It's just that easy. But anyways, so this concludes what I have for y'all today. So key points being, work on your activity level. If you want to start fasting, make sure that you do your research about fasting. Make sure you need to prepare what you need to prepare about fasting. And then of course, when you're done with your fasting cycle, you want to break your fast properly. And if you got questions, y'all could always just, comment down below, or I don't know how you message YouTubers over YouTube. But anyways, yeah, if you guys ain't got any questions, just hit me up, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace. Break fast meal, because I'm breaking my fast, get it? But anyways, so this is gonna be the food that I'm gonna be breaking my fast with. Got eggs. These are they're like Vietnamese sausages, or I don't really know what you call them, but they're good. And then of course my steak tips. Very easy to make. Not a whole lot goes into it, you know what I mean? Just season the steak, I cooked the eggs. This was already cooked. But anyways, yeah, it's just very simple. I do encourage you to make your meals as simple as possible. If you're eating for taste, you're not gonna get anywhere. And plus, this tastes really good. I don't know about y'all, but like steak and eggs, freaking, I don't know what could taste better. But anyways, yeah, so I mean, you want to eat for energy and nutrition. You don't want to eat for taste. If you eat for taste, you're always going to be fat. You're always going to be eating unhealthy. You're always going to be eating ultra processed foods. You know what I mean? So get your diet right, and you'll get your mind right. And when you get your mind right, you get your body right, everything goes right. So what's good, everybody? Here's a before and after picture. So the one on the left is me a year ago. I pretty much looked like this up until April 16th of this year. The one on the right is me now. This is what I currently look like. Still got ways to go, because I do want to, get rid of that flat tire around my waist there and really make my lower abs pop. But you can tell that there is a significant difference within 3 months. So pretty amazed at my results. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.